Let's pretend for the moment that God exists and has all of the omnis that Christians ascribe to him. If this is the case, then he knows, before we are even born, if we'll end up in heaven. This leads to the inevitable question: why not create all of the people who will end up in heaven? Why make them bide their time in this waiting room we call Earth? There's actually a deceptively simple answer to this question. An answer Christians will hate. He does. The people who will end up in heaven start their existence there and are there for all eternity. You'll all be disappointed to hear that we are not them. This is hell. Christians are as screwed as the rest of us. They like to think their faith and worship and all that bollocks is going to get them into heaven, but no, they're fucked. Many Christians like to say that hell isn't a realm of endless torture and torment. Rather, it's just a separation from God. Well, Earth behaves in a way that is consistent with the absence of any gods. Separation doesn't become more obvious than that. All signs point to this being hell. What are the ramifications of this? For starters, worship is pointless, prayer is pointless, religion is pointless. None of these things will make any difference. You'll never get into heaven. God has already decided who will be in heaven, and it isn't you. Christians are all wasting their time in a futile attempt to change God's mind. Of course, if God is omniscient, as Christians believe him to be, he knows everything you will ever do and has taken this into account in his decisions. All you're doing is insulting him by telling him he's wrong. This also puts an interesting spin on Pascal's wager. In a nutshell, or case, Pascal's wager says, if we worship God and we're wrong, we've lost nothing. If we don't and we're wrong, we end up in hell. If we're already in hell, worship is useless, so we may as well not bother. That is, of course, if we pretend that God exists.